Now back to It's Business Time with Mike Weinstein, Arizona's resource hub for startups to medium-sized businesses. You can join the movement online at itsbusinesstime.com. That's itsbusinesstime.com. Now here's your host, Mike Weinstein. #Duke of Eats.
I always mention on the show I have an inherent mistrust for three groups of people in the world. I'm not going to get into all of them, but one of them are people who don't like coffee. If you don't like coffee, doesn't mean I don't like you. It just means, well, maybe I don't like you, but it just means I don't trust you. I'm staring at my favorite meme of the week. It's Clint Eastwood, and the meme states, the difference between coffee and your opinion is I asked for coffee. All right, we are in a studio with Todd, David, and Gabe from RAH Coffee. They are reservists out there at Luke Air Force Base. So, gentlemen, let me start off by saying thank you for your service and all you do for our country.
Thank you.
But what's even better than serving our country is creating great coffee. So talk about RAH Coffee, what it is, and how did this come to be?
Yeah, so RAH stands for Real American Heroes.
Oh, man.
We came up with the idea. Basically, my son was little, and I'd always buy him, Batman shirts and Spider-Man shirts. And then I started seeing grown men wearing the same thing. And I was always just kind of like perplexed, like, why don't grown men wear shirts with, real heroes on it? So that's kind of where the idea for Real American Heroes came up with. And then while we were deployed last year, we would always meet up at a little makeshift coffee joint at our deployed location, and we'd talk about things that we wanted to do when we got back. And eventually we were like, you know what? We're always meeting up for coffee. We all love coffee. We've had coffee from all over the world. Let's get in the coffee business.
I assume if I ask you where you were deployed to, you would have to kill me. Okay, so we'll leave that one on.
That's a need to know.
All right,
undisclosed in the Middle East somewhere. Okay.
If you'd like some more information on RAH Coffee, it's online right now. All you got to do is text the word coffee to 411-923. That's a coffee to 411-923. We're going to get you a link on how you can buy RAH Coffee. All right, so you're out there, you're traveling the world, getting some R&R while in uniform and enjoying some coffee. So you guys are sitting around going, hey, let's make coffee. So take me through that process, how it went from sitting there in a makeshift coffee shop, sipping coffee, to actually producing coffee.
Yeah, so basically as soon as we got back from our deployment, we had a little downtime. We got to work. We started figuring out what we needed to do, where we're going to get our coffee from, how we're going to go about our business. We came up with a business plan, and we've just been moving forward ever since we got back.
All right. What makes RAH Coffee unique, or what makes it different?
I think the fact that we're all serving right now. We're currently serving. We've all have more than 15 years serving, and we've actually done stuff. I work as a full-time firefighter on the civilian side, so that's kind of where the idea came up as far as Real American Heroes, because we're actually out there doing it, and we hear stories. We do trips every year to New York for 9/11, and I actually just got back this year, and you get to sit down and actually talk to people that have been there on 9/11 and hear the stories, and we just talked about that day with the idea of RAH or RAH, Real American Heroes, and I'm like, well, we're out here actually doing this. We're serving our country. Why not make a brand that's respecting these heroes? And then Dave forgot to mention we didn't know anything about coffee, so it's been a learning process. It's actually it's an amazing thing.
Yeah,
so.
Just because you like something doesn't mean you know something, right?
We know we like it.
It's like my wife. I know I love her, but I don't understand her at all. All right, if you'd like some more information about RAH Coffee, these three guys are the founders of RAH Coffee. They are serving this great country out there at Luke Air Force Base. Not only is it your opportunity to get some really delicious coffee, but also support these three American heroes. All you got to do is text the word coffee to 411-923. That's coffee to 411-923. Okay, so you guys are online right now. Take me through the website. Take me through the ordering process. What am I ordering? What are my options? And so forth.
So, yeah, we have 4 blends right now. We have the light roast, which is the Buddha blend. We have the MSR Tampa, which is the medium roast. We have the Jet Fuel, which is the dark roast. We have the Hero blend, which is dark roast. So we have 4 unique blends right now that you can order online at RAHCoffeeCompany.com. You literally go right to our website, and we can get you right to your doorstep our coffee. So,
all right, important to point out, most of you will spell RAH, R-A This is RAH, but I'm going to make it a lot simpler for you. All you got to do is text the word coffee to 411-923. That's coffee to 411-923, and we will get you a link on where you can find it. All right, real quickly, let's go down the line. Tell me a little bit about your backgrounds and how you guys become friends. I mean, obviously, I know where you became friends,
right.
but you're serving with a bunch of people out there.
Correct, yeah. So all three of us joined the Air Force, like you said, about 15 years ago, a little over, and we all went into a career field called vehicle operations. We're the ground transporters. We're doing convoys. We're delivering aircraft parts. We're just out there supporting our troops and the mission. So I initially met Gabe probably a little over 10 years ago, and him and I have just been great friends ever since. And we've had a couple other business ventures that we've tried to work on, and this has seemed to be the best one so far.
All right, and so I mean it's interesting because as I mentioned before the segment, I'm serving as an honorary commander out there at Luke Air Force Base, and so there are interesting conversations that I have, and I'm mostly working with F-16, F-35 pilots, and a lot of them are getting to the point in the next couple of years they're going to retire, and they're not sure what's ahead of them. I don't know how many of them are actually prepared. Just because you live in a neighborhood doesn't mean you're necessarily prepared for civilian world. So how did you guys, take me through the process of being in the military, being told what to do, never second guess any command to now you guys are entrepreneurs.
Right. I think, honestly, just what the Air Force has taught us, just the values, the leadership, just the courses we've been to, it just going into business was natural for us. Kind of just do that transition and living by our core values: integrity first, service before self, and excellence. All we do is what we live since we've been in the Air Force. So it was easy transition to bringing it to business.
All right, if you'd like some more information about RAH Coffee, Real American Heroes, RAH, these three gentlemen right here are serving our country. They're serving at Luke Air Force Base. Not only do I want you to support them and their efforts and their small business, but more importantly, I'm never ask you to support anything if it's not really good product. So text the word coffee to 411. Well, actually, I might still anyways. But text the word coffee to 411-923. That's coffee to 411-923. So what's it been like starting a business in Arizona? Because I know we have a lot of listeners who are sitting around and just thinking about starting a business, not sure what to expect, very, very hesitant. What's the process been like?
Honestly, the process has been good. We actually have a pretty good support system here, given that there's a lot of military. We've done a lot of contributions to VA Hospital, American Legions, police stations, fire stations, and definitely Luke Air Force Base itself. We definitely have a good support system. So it's actually been a natural, pretty organic process, and we've had a lot of people support us. We've definitely been thankful for the state of Arizona.
Were you guys at the Air Force Ball the other weekend?
Actually, no, we did not go.
No. I went, and all my friends were like, why are you going?
Right.
And I'm like, I don't know, because I've never been to a ball before. How about that? But it was a pretty cool experience. All right, if you'd like some more information about RAH Coffee, please text the word coffee to 411-923. That's coffee to 411-923. So what's the next step in the evolution as far as you looking at how are you looking at expanding? Are you looking at being in stores, that sort of thing?
We are currently working on getting into some of the local grocers here, and we also want to expand our e-commerce business. So spread the word, tell your friends. You're trying to grow as much as possible.
All right. Text the word coffee to 411-923. That's coffee to 411-923. So for some of our wealthy investor-type people listening to the show or people that want to get behind it and support you guys, any needs that you guys have outside of us just buying delicious coffee?
Any needs? No, I mean, what's unique about our company is we have a 3% giving back. What we do to the community, like I said, we go to like all the different regions within the communities, and that's one of the big thing about 3% of all of our sales goes back to the community. So that's definitely unique about us in that aspect.
All right, so going down the line, you got 4 blends. What's your personal favorite blend and why?
For me, I love jet fuel. It's the dark roast. Man, it just tastes amazing. I don't add anything to it. I just drink it straight black, and it just tastes amazing.
I don't know why people put anything in coffee. It's coffee.
For me, it'd be MSR Tampa. That's actually my roast. It's a medium roast. It's the main supply route. MSR stands for main supply route. Tampa. It's a unique road, one of the most dangerous roads in the world. It's actually in Iraq, and the roads that we actually drove in Iraq is actually a representation of that blend. So the medium roast would be mine, MSR Tampa. And
mine was the Booter blend. It's the light roast. Since I'm a firefighter, that's a new probationary firefighters. We call them a probie or a booter. So that's kind of, it just gives you the caffeine. A lot of people don't know the light roast has the most caffeine, so we named that after because they're the ones that need the most. So.
All right, well, my favorite blend is just coffee. I don't care whether it's light or dark. I'm drinking it, and I'm not putting anything in it. I want to thank these guys, more importantly, for serving our great country, but they've created a great coffee line. You can find them online. All you got to do is text the word coffee to 411-923. We'll get you the link on where you can find it and buy this delicious coffee. Once again, text the word coffee to 411-923. That's coffee to 411-923.